I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I've been having a wonderful time in the past 2 weeks or thereabouts. Number one, the Super Falcons. They defeated Morocco in their own land. They came from behind and won, contrary to all the permutations by those who don't like Nigeria. You see, it's very easy to hate Nigerians. We are loud. We are colorful. When we celebrate, we must intimidate you. There is a way we excel in the midst of difficulties. There is a way we have dominated the world in several areas. In mixed martial arts, Kamaru, in academics, as far as Siberia, as far as China, Nigerians have excelled. In music, Davido, Burna Boy, Wizkid, Rema. In fact, when the English female team won the European trophy, it was a Nigerian that sang. And so we can be very irritating when it comes to the way we carry ourselves. We can be very demanding. You can't intimidate us easily. And some of us can be very bad and useless in other people's lands and create a negative image. But we are good. We are good. I was watching the Tigress, the way they came from a deficit to defeat a fierce, talented, fast Malian team in Cote d'Ivoire to win the trophy, African Female Basketball Championship. For the 5th time, we won the female football and we won this basketball championship within a space of 2 weeks. Very few nations have achieved that globally and in the continent of Africa in particular. I was listening to one of the commentators. She said, Nigeria, no, they carry last. You know, one of the commentators. But I noticed something. The coach is from the diaspora. A great percentage of the players are from the diaspora. One of them is a surgeon that specializes on feet and feet deformities. And just like one of those in the Super Falcons, that one is a research fellow. These are people who are doing well in the diaspora, playing in international clubs, but they still love Nigeria. I just saw a young girl in one athletics championship. She won the 100 meters. The good thing was that 3 or 4 Nigerians qualified, and first, second, third were Nigerian females. Most probably, they are resident in the diaspora. In my tour of several European countries, including my tour of the 4 nations that make up the United Kingdom, the average Nigerian in the diaspora wants to come back home. In fact, many of them went overseas to study, to work, and then come back home to contribute. But home has become very frightening, has become very insecure, has become quite dysfunctional. But they love Nigeria. They want to come back home to contribute their quota, like these young ladies have done. There is something I want to achieve in this broadcast, and that is to say there needs to be a synergy between the Nigerians in the diaspora and Nigerians at home who have the interest of this country. It seems as if the diaspora will have people who are not hungry, who are very, very comfortable, but they love this country. We see people who have excelled in their countries of domicile, in engineering, in medicine, in social welfare, in care, in business, in politics. Don't mention Kemi Badenoch here. I'll go off the phone. If you mention Kemi Badenoch, you're off the phone. Leave her there. We have people far better than her, far more reasonable than her. And so we can become like India, where a lot of parastatals and businesses overseas had Indians who had expertise, and they have come back to India to help build India. Muhammad Yunus, Pakistan had a people's revolution, and Muhammad Yunus came from overseas, the founder of the Grameen Bank, to become the interim president. I see a need for those people in the diaspora not to get scared of Nigeria, not to get discouraged, not to despair, but to start contributing from outside this country. When I mean contributing, the more voices we have outside condemning evil in this country, the sooner our country will change. The more voices we have outside this country that can let our leaders know when they come overseas that they are messing up, the faster our nation will change. The more pressure those of you in the diaspora can mount on the government of your countries to effect changes in Nigeria, the better. Like if pressure is mounted, Nnamdi Kanu can be released within a short time. It was pressure that was mounted that led to the release of Showore. Pressure can be mounted, and a lot of decisions that are wrong in this country can change. You can become our eyes overseas to publish the properties, the names of businesses that our monies have been used to purchase overseas. You can reveal transactions that are contrary to the rules and regulations governing the execution of our budget. But you can also come like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala during her tenure as the coordinating minister for the economy. Some of our debts were written off, our economy grew, a lot of inputs that changed the nation came into play. So, the Ministry for Diaspora or Agency for Diaspora is not only to respond to the needs of people who are trapped somewhere, but it can be an avenue of relationship with people overseas, harnessing their potentials and their energies, and making them come to contribute and invest in our country. I see a great sea of potentials, SEA, of potentials, financially, politically, intellectually, all over the world, held in stock for our great country. And those of you in the diaspora, you have a greater sense of unity and nationalism and patriotism than some tribal bigots and rascals, Facebook and YouTube rascals, and political harlots and bandits in this country. See the way the young girls play together from different tribes and different regions, play together with energy. But I must not fail to thank the president, this present administration. It's not every time you criticize Tinubu for appreciating the successes of our young people. For many years, they've been for 5 consecutive tournaments. These young girls have won this competition. Now, the football team of the females have won it 10 times. They have not received this kind of recognition and celebration over the years. I believe if we can continue with this legacy of celebrating young people who bring honor and pride to our nation, instead of naked girls in one competition we see on television, practicing promiscuity and stupidity, instead of honoring old politicians that contributed to the decay of this country, must you give the honor to those who killed this country? Look for these young men and women. The man that won chess competition, the young man that did a painting with autism, Hilda Bassi that won something Guinness Book of Records, the girl that won, Odunsi that won mathematics competition, the young girl that made the best result in Siberia, the young girl that gave the valedictory speech in China in Chinese language. Our people are all over the world. Look for those people to reward, not wicked generation like mine, who have put this country where we are, despite the fact that we enjoyed the benefit of this country. Don't make me vex. I don't want to talk past this. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki, Nigeria, Konibaje. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62 for our properties, to register for our monthly webinar, for counseling, and we have paid counseling. It's not free. For our books, if you're in the UK, if you need my hard copies, send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. If you want me to come to your countries, the Caribbeans, Guyana, Jamaica, Brazil, want me to come to Africa, Rwanda, South Africa, Kenya, Malawi, Ethiopia. I've been to several African nations. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. God bless you.